The Cinderella run for the Titans continues, although I don't know if I can call it a Cinderella run, as they are just the hottest team in football, 7-3 since the switch to Ryan Tannehill, and I understand why a lot of experts would have said that the teams in the AFC side of the playoffs would have rather faced the Pittsburgh Steelers than the Tennessee Titans, because frankly, a defense and running game always travels in the playoffs, and they are humming at the right time, handily beating the number one seed Ravens on the road 28-12, forcing 3 turnovers, forcing Lamar Jackson to throw 58 times is a formula for success for defenses. 3 turnovers. The first turnover wasn't Lamar's fault, off the hands of tight end Hayden Hurst, or Mark Andrews rather, and it's a ball that Mark Andrews catches 98 out of 100 times usually. He was dealing with an ankle injury, but he won't make that excuse. But then Ryan Tannehill was able to hook up with Jonnu Smith on a 3rd and 12, 3rd and goal, on a nice one-handed grab by Jonnu Smith to start the momentum train rolling. And then for the Ravens, it was just self-inflicted wounds all night. They were 0 for 3 on 4th downs, where they came in to the game 8 for 8 on 4th down and 1 especially. And although I don't disagree with the calls to go for it on 4th and 1 multiple times, I disagree with the fact that they didn't use any motion or any shifting eye candy for even the Titans to consider. They just went straight QB power every time, giving the Titans nothing to think about other than going after Lamar Jackson, and they were able to stop him on both 4th and 1 occasions, switching the momentum. And on the first 4th and 1 stop, they went with a shot play and scored on a dime by Ryan Tannehill. They're using Ryan Tannehill nicely, not using him too much because they don't really need to, but just sprinkling him in enough for teams to respect it, and then handing the ball off to Derrick Henry as many times as they possibly can, because even though you know it's going to happen, nobody can stop it. Tonight, 33 yards, 33 rushes, 195 yards. Derrick Henry is the first NFL running back in history to have 3 straight games of 180-plus rushing performances, putting this team on his back and carrying them to the promised land. It's been absolutely amazing to watch. There's nothing anybody can do to stop Derrick Henry. It's impossible. Even if you think you have him on the ground, he still goes for 3 or 4 because he carries people. It's just, and he wears down defenses and all this other stuff. Just old school smash mouth football. Try to stop it. They couldn't, the Ravens. And frankly, some more self-inflicted wounds. They had 7 drop passes tonight. Behind the change a lot with some penalties, especially on special teams, putting them behind the 8 ball in possession areas as well. So it was just a masterpiece and a clinic on how to go on the road and beat the number 1 seed in the playoffs. 14-2 Baltimore came in like a well-oiled machine, averaging 33 points per game, and it just went all wrong from the jump. But the Titans came out and threw the first punch and kept throwing haymakers, didn't let up, and Derrick Henry even pulled off a Tim Tebow jump pass. So the creativity in the offense was there as well at times, but they weren't. They didn't get too cute. They just kept with the smash mouth, handing it to their best player, and Ryan Tannehill didn't screw it up. And that's the formula that they've used during this Cinderella-esque run. I got to give credit to Lamar Jackson. He fought his butt off. Wasn't the best performance for him, but he's the first player in NFL history to go over 300 yards passing and 100 yards rushing in a playoff game. Wasn't the result they wanted. They didn't play well at all collectively as a team, so this result wasn't surprising after you watch it, but it was definitely surprising as it was happening because the Ravens just looked unbeatable at times during the season. But congratulations to the Titans. It was a butt whooping basically, and watch out Kansas City and watch out to the Texans, because you're gonna have to find a way to stop number 22, and I don't know if anybody can do that right now. But as a Panther fan, I am super smiling right now because the Tennessee Titans are the last team we beat, and I don't know how in the Sam Hill we did that, but I'm super excited about that. But the NFL playoffs have been amazing to watch.